Hey, I'm back. And what we're going to do today is look at Casual Hero, my new Paladin, as I play a game called World of Warcraft Classic Season of Discovery, which is a little bit of a different take on the original World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft came out in 2004, so what? That's almost 20 years old at this point. Pretty old game. And it has gone through significant changes over the years. It's now on, I don't know what number expansion. It was 7 or 8 major expansions at least. A couple years ago, though, what they did was come up with a version of the game called WoW Classic, which was effectively a relaunch of the game in its original form with some adjustments from 2005 timeframe. So the original game plus some updates they had done, and then kind of at its peak level of performance prior to the first expansion, which was called the Burning Crusade. And it is considered, in a lot of ways, one of the more memorable and fond versions of the game that people have. And it's kind of where the original magic and nostalgia of World of Warcraft came from. And so what they did was they tried to recreate that opportunity for people that either were too young or were not alive or didn't know about the game or didn't have the computer to play it. And they relaunched WoW Classic, which is 2020's version of the original gaming experience. It was hugely popular.
It's too far away.
And it did a good job of capturing the magic and refining the experience. The difference, though, is that people playing video games in 2020s have decades of experience playing video games, where they didn't have that in 2004 when the original game came out. And so the ability to manipulate the game, minimize disadvantages, maximize advantages is quite noteworthy in the 2020s. People had figured out how to play video games by this point, and WoW had been out for so long that it was a solved problem. And so WoW Classic in this relaunch, while fun, nostalgic, exciting, difficult in its own right, quickly became a solved problem. And that, therefore, the replayability wasn't very high for some people. And then also, the game fundamentally had certain things that were imbalanced about it, either spells and classes that were too good or spells and classes that were completely underutilized and not a valuable thing at all. And so they came out with this idea to do what's called a Season of Discovery, which is a version of WoW Classic where they take some of the lessons they've learned from all of regular WoW over the last few years and add in and supplement this classic experience with some new mechanics, new game experiences, new spells, new activities for you, new quests and things like that, to mix it up a little bit, reinvigorate and revitalize the gaming experience while still capturing the magic and the experience of this core classic 2004 video game. And it came out just on the 30th of November, and everybody to this point is saying that it's a lot of fun, and they're having a lot of fun with it. And I've been playing it for 45 minutes, an hour now, and I've been having fun with it. It feels a lot like the original. I just recently gained the first of the new quests I just completed, but I need an item before I can really take full advantage of what I was rewarded in that quest. For now, I am level 5, almost level 6. This purple bar here at the bottom denotes my experience grind towards the next level. And I'm finishing up a quest called Skirmish at Echo Ridge, where I have to kill 12 of these kobold laborers. These guys are up to no good, stealing the resources of the Northshire population here by infesting this mine and then taking all the good things from it. I've been told to come in and clear them out, and along with a bunch of other players. And so I'm just going to kill a couple more of these guys, and then we'll go back, turn in our quests, and we'll ultimately be heading down to Goldshire, which is probably the most iconic location in World of Warcraft, and it is the nexus of the human starting zone. And so Probably the most visited, most played place in World of Warcraft, which has had millions and millions of players. So everybody kind of knows what Goldshire is if you've played the game. So we'll go see that here in a minute. All right, I just killed my 12th Kobold Laborer, and so now I'm going to run out of here. I don't have to worry about these guys too much. With their names in yellow, that means that they are kind of like neutral. They're not going to attack me unless I attack them first. If they had red names, that means they would come after me, and I'd have to watch out for them. But right now, not too bad. That person is not wearing a lot of clothes. My goodness. All right, so you'll notice there's a ton of dead bodies, a ton of kobolds, and then a ton of people with blue names. This version of the game just came out, and it's very popular. And this is a lot of players. Oh, we're getting into some fights right there. It's a lot of players that are, like me, leveling up. And so it's a very busy zone right now. But it's really cool to see this many people interested in the game and this excited. And so that means there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of people to join in groups with and maybe form a guild with and experience the game on a broader scale as you grind up the levels. And so really kind of a fun time to get in on the ground floor. One of the things about this version of the game is that they are gating it. So rather than just rushing to level 60, which is the max level in WoW Classic, they're going to pause the game and make everybody cap out at level 25, for instance. And then after a couple weeks or a month or so, I don't really know what the game cadence is, then they'll extend it from 25 to 40, and then ultimately from 40 to 60, or maybe 40 to 50 and 50 to 60. But that way it's a little bit more of a slowed or methodical pace of play, and then it allows them at those intervals to add in game experiences that didn't exist in the original game, to get back to that discussion we were having where they are changing the game experience enough without completely revolutionizing it, but evolving it to add some nuance and some replayability to a modern audience. So I'm going to turn in this quest, and I should level up. You should see a big flash of yellow lights here in a second.
Go with honor, friend.
And first I need to pick what armor I want. I get to choose one of these. Let's see. Outfitter boots have 46 armor and are mail. I have flimsy chain boots, which are 34 armor and mail, so that's likely a good choice. Cloth gloves. I don't want cloth because I can wear mail, as you can see my character, and that gives me the most protection. And leather, again, I already have a mail belt, so I'm going to go with outfitter boots, and I will complete that quest. Boom! Level 6, baby! And me. Oh, Marshall McBride has another quest for me. Let's see what he has.
Be careful.
Oh, of course. He wants me to report to Goldshire. And he says that I am tasked with protection of the surrounding Elwyn Forest, and I need to take these papers down to Marshal Dugan in Goldshire, who is a friend here of Marshall McBride. And if I do that, I will get a shield, so I'll accept that mission. Salute. You are dismissed, casual hero. Thank you, sir. And then I will run over here really quick. There is a trainer who is a person that can teach me spells and capabilities. He's a paladin trainer, Mr. Brother Samuel here. So I'll talk to him. I would like to train further in the way of the light. Every 2 levels, on the even levels, you gain skills. And I am going to get a couple skills. So, Seal of the Crusader. It fills my paladin with spirit, granting 31 melee attack power, and I attack a bit faster, but I do deal a little bit less damage on each attack. And when I unleash that seal, it increases the holy damage taken by the target up to 20. Your melee strikes will refresh the spell's duration. Only 1 judgment per. Okay, that sounds like a pretty good one. So I'm going to train that. Divine Protection. Protected from all physical attacks and spells for 6 seconds. But during that time, you cannot attack or use abilities yourself. And the target cannot be made invulnerable by Divine Shield, Divine Protection, or Blessing Protection, again for 1 minute. Okay, so this is what they call a bubble, and it allows you to protect yourself, so I'll train that. Now, these spells cost a lot. They're 1 silver, and I only have 1 silver and 76 copper, so pretty expensive. And then Holy Light is rank 2. I already have Holy Light, which is a healing spell. So right now, if I was to cast this on myself, I'm full health, but it gave me 42 health healed. So Holy Light does 42 to 51. You see that in the bottom right corner on the overlay. Holy Light rank 2, 76 to 90. So I'll go ahead and train it because I'm going to need it at some point, even though I'm pretty poor. But now I need to go into my spell book and make sure that I have captured these spells appropriately on my spell chart. And what I'm going to do is reorder them to make a little more sense. And so I have a couple things that I can do. This is a Paladin. Does a mix of tanking damage, healing, and then also just doing damage himself. So Paladins are very flexible. Not great at any 1-3 of those things. Or there's disadvantages to all three. But the versatility that a Paladin offers is very strong. They're primarily a melee combatant, and they use hammers, swords, pole arms to do damage. You can also equip shields and maces and things like that. So I am leaving the starting area here, and on the map, Northshire, I'm going to travel down this road south towards Elwyn Forest. And like I was saying, the Paladin's a mixed bag. You can do a little bit of everything with them. And one of the things I like about the Paladin class is that flexibility, because it allows me to provide to the group
have a good one.
Whatever it is that they're short on. And so there's a lot of utility that comes with it, and I would say something that I derive value from in a video game, which is being useful to others and helping out when you can. And so you want to be a hero, but you got to be casual about it, right? You don't want to make it the main thing. Let other people have the focus and attention. You're just in the background, saving lives, protecting people, being the difference maker, just basically enabling success for everyone. And, that's kind of what I'm all about. So, anyway, this is a beautiful town, a beautiful area, large trees, shady forest. Mr. BRB AFK is running around. Now we're entering Goldshire, which we've discovered. You can see it on the map here. Every time you move around the map, you discover it, get a little bit of experience. And I think what I'll do to keep these videos a little bit more manageable is I'll stop them every 15 minutes or so and then pick back up. But what I'm going to do here real quick before the video cuts out is turn in this initial quest, which had me come down here. And then I'll run around and pick up a bunch of quests. And then as we do them, we'll talk about each quest specifically and the lore behind it and what's going on. That way you can understand what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Oh, that man has not much clothes on. Very cool. Anyway.
Things on our friend.
Let's see. Report to Goldshire.
Be careful.
The garden compared to Elwyn Forest, but I wonder if Marshall Brigade has a report. So we got this document.
For the Alliance.
I have been awarded acting deputy status. Oh, hell yeah. Congratulations. It's hard to keep track of politics in these dark days. So I get a pikeman shield. If I click on it, I can inspect it. Very nice. Very nice. I'll complete the quest.
Go with honor, friend.
And then he's got a quest for me to go to a mine. And wouldn't you know it, another mine with kobolds in it that I'm going to have to clear out. So I will accept that quest. And then look around for some exclamation points. That means that person has a quest to offer me. So I will run over here. Talk it to Remy 2 times. Like I said, we'll read these in a second. I'll just be efficient about my time. You get it. And then I'm going to run in here real quick. This is the inn. That's the mailbox in case I have any mail. And then I bet you there's a quest for me. Yep, I can turn one into the innkeeper.
Hey there. See you later.
Relaxation. Ooh, food and drink. I can get a small pumpkin and some water. Pumpkin helps... I'm going to take water. Pumpkins allow you to restore health. Water allows you to restore mana. I have a spell that allows me to heal myself, so I can convert mana into health. I cannot convert health into mana, so I will always choose water or a fluid over a food because
safe travel.
I can heal myself. And then, one other thing, I'm going to...
How are you?
Make this in my home, which allows me to set Goldshire as my home.
See you
so
around.
once an hour, I can use this thing called Hearthstone, and it will spawn me right here. So no matter where I am in the map, I click that. 10 seconds later, boom, I arrive here in this nice, cozy little house, or inn. And then, yeah. So I think I'll go upstairs really quick. See if there's any quests or spells for me in these rooms. It does not look like it. Some nice beds, though. And then, nothing in here. A physician. I'll probably want to talk to her later.
You need something?
Ooh, I can be trained in first aid. You would love this. T-triple-C in WoW. Oh, look at that, though. Costs 1 silver.
Safe
I don't even have enough
travels.
to learn first aid. I'm going to have to come back to her once I make some money. So I'll go back downstairs, and I'll pause the recording, but I think I'm going to go sit by the fire for a little bit and just enjoy the experience. Listen to the crackle of the fire, warm up my weary bones. So you know what? Come sit over here. Have a little tankard of ale. Anyway, that is World of Warcraft Classic, Season Discovery, Episode 1, with your boy, Casual Hero.